Hey guys, it's Jack and welcome back to the Pinback Shack video. Today is something that I did for my Advent series, and I thought this was a good idea. I really enjoyed doing it, so I'm going to do it again this year, given that unfortunately Wishables have been cancelled. They were cancelled sort of mid to late last year. I thought I'd do a bit where I talk about which Wishables I think I would have liked to have seen, given that obviously the series was cancelled and there were certain characters and properties that we never got to see. And I think some of these would have been really, really good choices actually for sets. So I'm going to talk about which ones I would like to have seen. And today's is, as you might have gathered from the title, Big Hero 6. And I'm calling this series Wishing for Wishables, I think, as well. That was the title I used for my Advent series, and I think I'm going to stick with that. If anyone has got a better name for the channel, or for the series, please feel free to drop it in the comments. But I'm running with Wishing for Wishables. So, Big Hero 6 then. I think there is a really obvious one. But obviously, I'm going to do it the way that Disney would have done it, which is an open edition Wishable and then 4 in a blind bag. And potentially, chaser ones as well, as the sort of multi-costume ones as they had. So I'm going to start off with the open edition one, which is, and I'm going to sit here, and I'm just going to come on screen sort of across here, sit in this bit here. The first one I'm going to talk, I think would be a good open edition, would be Fred as the sort of the three-eyed monster creature that he becomes as part of it. They're all in all the characters I picked here are going to be in there. The actual the superhero costume things that they wear throughout the films, but I think Fred's is probably the most obvious choice. And once again, I have to point out, stars in their eyes. It would be remiss of me at this point, I think, to not mention that. But I think Fred would be a good first choice. I think given obviously a lot of the other ones are just like human-esque characters, whereas I think Fred's costume thing is very much a little bit more in the Wishables style. And so, let's say I've painted all these myself in Microsoft Paint, so don't judge me. I'm not an artist. I've not claimed to be an artist. Did do an Inktober last year, though, to be fair. Link up there to that. But no, these are all ones I basically mocked up together. There is potentially a chance for me to maybe, I don't know, make one of these at some point with actual fabric and stuff. But oh god, that'd be awful. It would look horrific, even more horrific than these pictures do. But moving on to what I refer to as the mystery set of the 4. And the first one I think is a very obvious one. And I think this was one that I think they really should have done anyway. I think would have made a great wish. Well, they've already included them in the Munchlings, so I think there was definitely a consideration there that they were going to do a wishable version. And this is Baymax, the very, very obvious choice there, but one that I think I think would have sold quite well if people had found the Baymax one. And it's time to bring in the Chaser at this point, which is, obviously the Chasers they weren't always like a new character or something. They were always a similar version to an existing character. So, I mean, the only example I can think of where they were different characters is Chip and Dale. But again, similar design and things. But this is Armoured Baymax in his little red armor that he has throughout the second half of the film when they're fighting, as a superhero group, Big Hero 6. And I think, obviously, given that it has to be a version of a character that already exists within the Wishables, I think Armored Baymax seems a very logical choice. Moving on to number 4, but the second blind bag character, which would be Hero in his superhero costume. A lot of these superhero costumes had very similar designs, I think, I found, that the ones I picked. With little, pointy headgear things. You'll see this in a few of the other ones I've done. But Hero, obviously, had to be in there, given he is the central character of the film. Unless you count Baymax, but I consider Hero the central character of the film, and so definitely had to be on here in his superhero outfit. Moving on then to the next one, I have gone with Honey Lemon. It also in her costume. And I've included the bag she has as well that does all the, that she inputs all the stuff in. It's to create the stuff she needs. I'm speaking good English today. But I really like Honey Lemon. I think she's a great character. I think if they do a sequel, I think I want to see more of sort of the other characters rather than just Hero and Baymax. I think I'd like to see more sort of Fred, Go-Go, Honey Lemon. What's the other guy called? Gone. It's completely gone. But I mean, I think, a lot of the designs were quite obvious. And the final one, then we've done Honey Lemon. I think the last one, it has to be Go-Go. I think, given the character design there as well, I think it would work really well for the actual sort of the design and stuff. And obviously, there we have it. But that will do for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like, comment down below what series you think there should have been Wishables of. Just name a property or something. I've got quite a big list of these, so I'm working through them. But this is the first one. I'm going to try to do one of these a month, probably. So, expect the next one some point in February, I suppose. I'm actually about to record the second one after this as well, so there will be another one coming. But check out my previous videos here and here. Click subscribe. We are trying to hit 100 subscribers by the time my channel hits 2 years old, and hopefully we can get there. I'm feeling confident about this one. And hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you all next time.